In a world dominated by materialism, conflict, and the pursuit of power, there lies a lesser-known but profound path: Jainism. A path rooted in extreme nonviolence, truth, renunciation, and spiritual liberation. At the heart of this ancient Indian religion stands a towering figure, Mahavira, the 24th and final Tirthankara, whose teachings continue to illuminate the lives of millions. The 6th century BCE was a time of massive transition in India. Political fragmentation, rising kingdoms, and spiritual dissatisfaction plagued the land. Hindu orthodoxy and the caste system were being questioned. It was during this pivotal era that Mahavira was born. Born as Vardhamana in 599 BCE in Kundagrama, near Vaishali in present-day Bihar, Mahavira belonged to the Kshatriya caste, the warrior class. He was the son of King Siddhartha and Queen Trishala of the Ikshvaku dynasty. His birth was said to be marked by supernatural events, with Jain texts describing Queen Trishala's prophetic dreams, indicating that a divine soul had entered her womb. Vardhamana grew up in luxury and wealth, receiving royal education and training in warfare, politics, and philosophy. But even in the midst of opulence, he felt a deep spiritual void. At the age of 30, after the death of his parents and with permission from his elder brother, Vardhamana renounced all worldly possessions. He took the path of asceticism, removing his clothes, plucking out his hair, and embracing a life of complete detachment. This was the first dramatic chapter in his transformation into Mahavira, the great hero. Mahavira's journey into self-realization was not easy. For 12 long years, he practiced intense penance and meditation. He endured harsh climates, hunger, abuse, and even physical violence. Yet, he remained steadfast. His goal was not worldly power or recognition, it was Kevala Jnana, or omniscience. He meditated in forests, villages, and graveyards, silent, still, and resolute. Mahavira practiced ahimsa, non-violence, to an extreme degree. He wore no clothes, carried no possessions, and begged for food only when he believed he wouldn't harm any living being in the process. Finally, after 12 years of unwavering penance, Mahavira attained Kevala Jnana under a sala tree at the age of 42. He became a Jina, one who has conquered inner passions and achieved spiritual liberation. Mahavira spent the next 30 years preaching his philosophy across India. His teachings were revolutionary yet grounded in simplicity. They revolved around 5 core principles: ahimsa, non-violence, the cornerstone of Jainism. Mahavira taught that not only should one avoid physical violence but also harm through words and thoughts. Satya, truth. One must always speak the truth, but only when it does not harm another being. Asteya, non-stealing. Never take anything that is not willingly offered. Brahmacharya, celibacy, chastity. A renunciation of sensual pleasures and discipline over desires. Aparigraha, non-possession, detachment from material and emotional possessions. These principles, when followed sincerely, could lead to liberation from the endless cycle of birth and death, moksha. Mahavira rejected the Vedas and the Brahmanical rituals, making Jainism accessible to all, regardless of caste or gender. His community of monks, sadhus and nuns, sadhvis, lived under strict discipline, while lay followers, Shravakas and Shravikas, practiced a moderated version of his teachings. Mahavira attracted a large number of followers during his lifetime. Kings, merchants, scholars, and ordinary people became adherents of Jainism. His charisma, compassion, and clarity in teaching drew people from all walks of life. One of his most influential converts was King Bimbisara of Magadha, who supported Mahavira's cause. Jainism quickly spread across northern and western India. Unlike other religions of the time, Jainism empowered women and the lower castes. Its core belief that every soul, regardless of status, is divine, was a radical idea in a deeply stratified society. Mahavira passed away at the age of 72 in Pawapuri, Bihar. According to Jain tradition, he attained nirvana, complete liberation of the soul. His death anniversary is celebrated as Diwali by Jains across the world, not with fireworks, but with lights and meditation. After his death, Jainism continued to flourish. His teachings influenced not just religion, but also Indian art, architecture, science, and political thought. Mahavira and Gautama Buddha were contemporaries. Both were princes who renounced the world and sought liberation. While Buddhism grew rapidly under royal patronage, Jainism remained more conservative in its ascetic approach. Though their paths were different, both emphasized karma, rebirth, and ethical living. However, Mahavira's emphasis on extreme nonviolence and asceticism was unmatched. Today, Jainism has around 4 to 5 million followers, primarily in India, but also across the world. Jain temples such as those at Palitana, Shravanabelagola, and Mount Abu are architectural wonders. Jain philosophy has inspired countless leaders, including Mahatma Gandhi, who was deeply influenced by the principle of ahimsa. Jains are known for their educational, charitable, and entrepreneurial contributions. They maintain vegetarianism, nonviolence, and environmental consciousness as core values. In a world plagued by violence, greed, and division, Mahavira's message is more relevant than ever. His life challenges us to live with compassion, speak with honesty, and detach from materialism. His legacy lives on in every act of kindness, in every effort to protect the smallest of beings, and in every seeker who turns inward in search of truth. Mahavira's message is not just for Jains, it is for all of humanity. Mahavira's journey from a prince to a spiritual luminary is one of the most inspiring stories in human history. His commitment to truth, nonviolence, and self-discipline changed the spiritual landscape of India forever. His teachings continue to offer hope and direction in a chaotic world. As we reflect on Mahavira's life, may we find the courage to look within, shed our ego, and walk the path of inner peace. Let us remember, true greatness lies not in conquering others, but in conquering ourselves. The story of Mahavira is not over. It begins with you.